of things in life are changing, some good, some bad. Let me in, please. Hello, hello, good morning. It is only 10 a.m. and I feel like I've lived a whole life this morning. I didn't start the vlog this morning, but I did take a few clips. I was supposed to do a beach cleanup with the Salty Soul Foundation here in Florida like 2 days ago, but the weather, it was really bad, so they canceled it. And I was like, well, I still want to do the beach cleanup. I did it by myself this morning. I went down at 6 a.m. this morning and did the beach cleanup, but it did not go the way I intended it to. So let me insert some footage. 5:45 a.m. and we are in standstill traffic already. I really don't like parking here because it is so close to the water. I just feel like my car is gonna roll right out into the Gulf and never be seen again. But there are other cars much, much closer. Maybe I'll go park by them. No joke, I've probably found about 30 of these Capri Sun straws. Pick up after yourself. Well, we got rained out. I'm glad I got out of there when I did. Everything was going really good. It wasn't even dark outside. It was a really beautiful morning, beautiful sunrise, and then all of a sudden, this freak storm came out of nowhere. So I was like, I'm getting out of here. If there's one thing in life that I'm scared of, it is lightning. Not scared of sharks, not scared of alligators, heights, the ocean. Lightning though, absolutely not. It started thundering, so I started booking it back to my car, and then I saw this big bolt of lightning, and I was like, Speedy Gonzalez, out of there. When I tell you I flew off the island, I flew off of that island. Anyways, I'm on my way over to a sign store right now. It's called Jack's Signs. It's in Dunedin, if you're familiar with the area. He actually made me a surfboard, which I'm super excited about. We live on the coast of Florida, so right near the beach, right by the water. And I was just getting bored. Like, this has been like the last 2 months I've been going through this. Just getting bored of our house, wanting a change. So I decided, well, why don't I do like a beach house? Like, we're right by the water, we're right by the beach. Let's do a beach house theme. So slowly but surely, I've been integrating some more nautical, tropical pieces into our house. My bedroom right now literally looks like it's out of like a 1980s Miami motel, like Golden Girls core. It actually looks a little bit crazy. I'm not sure if I love it or not, but it's fine for now. I have to run over to Publix and do some grocery shopping, so I figured I'd take you guys along for my day. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up on. A lot of things in life are changing, some good, some bad. I have exciting news, I have some not so exciting news. So we'll get into that after I go pick up this sign. This is the store. I will link their information down below if you're interested. Just got the sign, it is so awesome. I will insert a little clip for you.
It fits me well. I like the...
And he actually found me through CNN, which is something I wanted to share in this video since we're talking about everything that's happened the last couple months in my life. I want to say it was back in April, CNN had reached out to me about doing an interview with me and John because they found a super old YouTube video about how we met on an airplane, and they wanted to do a story about like chance encounters. I'm gonna put my sunglasses on, it's really bright. So I talked it over with John and we were like, yes, let's do this. It's super exciting. So we flew to London to do this interview with CNN, and it was so fun. Everyone on their team was super nice. The interviewer was really nice. We had a really great experience with them. And the day the article came out, I did not even know it was coming out. I was on a layover in London and my friend texted me like, my mom just saw you on CNN. And I was like, wait, what? The article's out already? Because I didn't really tell anyone. It was kind of like a big secret until it was released. So then the article came out and it kind of went a little viral. It was picked up by a couple of different news sources, CNN, the New York Post, different local stations. And I knew obviously with this article was gonna come a lot of hate just because, you know, not everybody agrees with my lifestyle, being married to a man. I knew that was gonna happen, so I totally expected it. There was so much hate. Some people said some really nasty, messed up, crazy, vile, insane things in the comments, but I was prepared for that. I have thick skin. I don't let that shit bother me. On top of that, there was so much love, so many good comments, so many of you guys in the comments like, oh my gosh, Hunter, like, I hello, I love your YouTube channel. So that was really nice. A lot of you reached out to me and messaged me directly saying how much you loved the article. I was really happy to see that. And this wouldn't be possible without all of your support, all of your guys' love. So thank you so much. Again, I definitely would not have been able to do half the things I've done without your support. So that's some good, exciting news. Let's move into some good and bad news. If you've watched my vlogs for a while now, you know that for the majority of the time, I buddy bid with my husband, John. However, in 2 weeks, that won't be happening anymore. If you don't know, at my airline, we have big major hubs in New York, Chicago, Houston, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and then we have smaller satellite bases like Tampa, Orlando, Fort Lauderdale. Tampa by far is our smallest base. A couple months ago, it only had 56 flight attendants. And truthfully, I thought either the base was gonna close because there wasn't that many people, or it would take me like 10 years to get into the base because it was so senior. Well, some things have changed. If you've been following, you know I transferred to DC back in like February or March, I don't even know. And John transferred a few months prior to me. John really did not want to transfer to Tampa. He wanted to stay in DC and do all the international flying, which I don't blame him. I'm like, I want to come home. I want to be based in Tampa. I just want to be home. I don't want to commute anymore. So then one day, John had an awful time getting to work, and he actually had to use our commuter policy because he couldn't get on the flight from Tampa to DC. They were completely full all day. Weather was bad. Things were canceled. So he did not make it to his trip to Paris. Thankfully, you get like one commuter clause a year where you're covered. You don't get any discipline. You don't get in trouble. It was all good. But that experience upset him so much, he immediately put in his transfer to Tampa. And I kid you not, I kid you not, this would only happen to John. He has like the best luck in the world. He got awarded his transfer to Tampa not even 2 weeks later. Literally 11 days after he put his transfer in, he was awarded his transfer to Tampa. I'm like, I have been on the list for Tampa for 2 years and I couldn't get it. And he puts it in for 2 weeks and he got it. So they just did another round of transfers. Obviously they accepted him, and he was actually the last flight attendant accepted. There was no one in between us. So it was him and then me on the transfer list, and they cut it off at him. So effective August 1st, John will officially be based in Tampa, which is absolutely crazy. He'll be the most junior flight attendant in Tampa. He will be back on reserve, so he won't have his schedule a month in advance anymore. He'll be on call most of the month. What does that mean for me? Since I was not awarded my Tampa transfer, I will be in Washington, DC for the next at least 2 months. I'm hoping in August they award one more round of transfers to Tampa. Like, I'm praying, I'm manifesting, I'm doing like anything it takes for me to get my transfer next month. My one wish in the world right now is to get my Tampa transfer. So if I get it next month in August, it'll be effective October 1st. So minimum, I have 2 months left in DC. So for those 2 months, just like when we came to this airline, John and I will be separated again. He will be based in Tampa. I'll be based in Washington, DC. Hopefully it won't be too long. I'm really just crossing my fingers that the company awards one more set of transfers to Tampa, because I'm literally #1 on the transfer list. #1! I can't even believe it. Let me in, please. I will gladly sit reserve here in Tampa the next 30 years of my career if I have to, as opposed to commuting to another city just to have a line. So that's a little life update for y'all. It is now 10:45. I'm gonna head over to the grocery store. I have a lot of shopping to do. Let's go to Publix. The difference between John and I is I only buy the Rayo sauce because I feel like it tastes the closest to homemade, and I think it's amazing. But for whatever reason, John is like a die-hard ride or die Ragu fan. I don't like Ragu, but I still get it for him. The only thing is, it's almost like triple the price, but I really feel like with this, you get what you pay for. It is so good. It tastes homemade, so fresh. Could not recommend them enough. Now to put everything away. Groceries put away, house cleaned. One more errand to run today, but before I go, I want to show you what I was talking about earlier in the vlog when I said my room is like 1980s motel Golden Girl vibes, and I don't know how I feel about it. Let me show you. So this is the comforter. It's definitely, John hated it at first. And I wasn't huge on it either, but I was like, oh, I like the colors, it's like beachy, but it is very like 80s motel. I definitely see that. So this might not be staying for very long. This will probably be going into storage soon for something else. We have some new throw pillows, little seashell, beach house. And then this wall right here, I'm gonna do like vintage beach signs. So I got most of these at Goodwill. I did a little Gatorland sign, this beach cabana. This is actually not thrifted. This is from Big Lots, Goodwill. Still working on what we're doing over here. I have to paint the walls, obviously. Have some patchwork that I did, but I'm gonna actually paint the whole room blue, I think, so that'll be gone. I just put up our Honeymoon Island sign they made for me. Over on this wall, I had a picture of like an ox, but replaced with a flamingo. I picked up this little boat steering wheel. It's still a work in progress. Next project, though, I want to tackle is the bathroom and then the living room. It's just things are so freaking expensive right now. I do one thing at a time because I cannot afford to be redoing an entire house all in one day. If I could, though, I totally would, because I love to decorate and change things. I love that kind of stuff, but it's expensive. Lighting is so bad here, but I'm outside. I just loaded up my car. I was actually lucky enough to be able to sponsor 3 kids in Tampa for their back to school wish list this year. These are children that are in the foster care system here, so they made a little list of things they need to be successful in this upcoming school year. As a family, we went and took care of that over the past couple days. We put all the backpacks together, and I'm gonna go drop them off at the donation center now. So it's nice that these kids are gonna have everything they need to be successful in the upcoming school year. These are the backpacks. My hand is in the way because I don't want to put any of the kids' information. This Blue's Clues backpack is for a preschooler. This pink backpack is for a 3rd grader. And then this unicorn one is for a kindergartner. It's raining though now, guys. I'm standing under the trunk of my car. So I'm gonna hop in the car and we're gonna head out.